Woo! Barn day! It is like 7:45 in the morning, and I've got my, I can't get it out, got my coffee. My hubby got me a Keurig for my birthday on Monday, and then I got my water. And I don't know if any of y'all know what I wear out at the barn. Okay, I wear this tank, that pair of shorts, and a pair of flip-flops because God, it is so hot and I'm walking in nothing but ankle-deep sand. It's crazy. Now let's get going to the barn. So, my coffee finally was a little bit cool enough to drink. Gotta brag on this for a second. So, he got me a Keurig. You know how they make the little cups for the Keurigs? Well, I got the only coffee I ever really drink is hazelnut, unless I drink it just straight black. It's hazelnut. And so I picked up a creamer that was like a chocolate toffee kind of creamer. And oh my God, my coffee tastes awesome. So Monday was my birthday. We didn't really do anything. I mean, there's not really much you can do out here. I mean, on the weekend we went to SeaWorld, which was pretty cool. It was hot and it was actually kind of miserable. Like, I'm talking, it was hot to where everybody you saw was gleaming of sweat. And I don't see how people can take their little children, like 2 years old and younger, to SeaWorld. I mean, you heard babies crying all around, super miserable. And I'm sorry, but if your parents are coated with sweat, it just kind of scares me, like, about the babies. But anyway, so there wasn't really much we could do. I mean, yesterday, since he got off work a little bit earlier, we went to Red Lobster and got dinner, and that was great. What was I even gonna say? Anyways, Dominic is out in a little field thing for tonight and comes home tomorrow morning, and his mom and his 2 youngest siblings, Declan and Cecilia, are coming in today, along with his cousin Katie, and they'll be staying the night. And then Katie and his mom leave tomorrow, and me and him will have the 2 youngest siblings until Saturday. So I'm actually kind of excited. I absolutely adore them. They're really cute. So I just have to be careful about how long I'm at the barn today. I haven't been to the barn in like a month. We took leave on Texas for 2 weeks. We've been back for a week. I didn't go for a week and a half or so before I left. So it's been a while since I've been out of the barn. I really missed it. And so I'm going out today to get back in the feeding routine because I don't know if y'all remember, but in order to cut my board in half, which I really don't necessarily have to now, but I know she really needs help, so I'm gonna help her anyways. She called me on my birthday and said that she really needs a break. So I'm going back out to get a refresher on what I do around there so I can be set and everything when Hagen comes. And he will be here in like 10 days, guys. I'm crazy, stupid excited. Like, I can't wait. Georgia is so pretty. I honestly wouldn't mind living here after Dominic gets out of the army and we retire. Georgia is literally almost exactly like Texas. There's not really much of a difference. The climate's the same. The weather, well, that's climate, but you know, surroundings, everything's just about the same. So I've had to explain before in the comments why I couldn't post pictures. The main thing really is that the barn owner is really private. She's super old school, and she likes me to ask permission from the other people if they wouldn't mind to be posted, and it's really hard to get a hold of other people during lessons. And so since today I'll be working with her, I'm not really sure how many clips I'll be able to get at the barn, but I'll try to get some small ones. They won't be anything big. Maybe I can show you guys the horse that I rode, Caesar. And if I can't get that many clips, I'll tell you all about it afterwards. So eventually when I get Hagen here, I can take clips of Hagen and everything, but that's for another 10 days, if nothing changes. I'm just really hopeful. Well, hello there, barn. In the arena. I know it's kind of hard to see, guys, sorry. But we're here. so unbelievably hot. I got here at like 8:15. It's about 10:15 now. And we're going out to water the little Appaloosa back here because he sucks it down like no other. I'm sweating up a storm. I'm probably burning pretty good. There's one of the handsome boys. It's pretty full already. So unbelievably hot out here. Whew. Oh, man. That's the feed room right there, the green. Right behind that, you see that wooden fence? That's the round pen. Here's our hay cart. Whew, just helped them hook up the trailer. That was hard. All right, we're gonna go ahead and check the feed room. Locked. Ooh. Buckets are good. Okay, so that's a lot of buckets. That's only like a quarter of the buckets we use. Let's go check inside the barn. It's hot, and Dominic just told me just now that he's at home to get everything he needs to go out to the field, and I have to be back to take him there by 12:30. So let's walk through this quickly. It's about 11:30 now. Okay. Anyways, this is pretty much what it's like. And Hagen will be here in just a little while. Well, not a little while, you know, like 10 days. That shack back there is the announcing booth, and the one over there, kind of the longer one, not the tall one, is the concession stand, and the arena's back there. It's pretty nice out here. I actually really like it. The barn owner's really sweet. She's really cool. It's not too bad out here. I mean, there's maybe 30 horses to take care of. I can't exactly remember the number. And you gotta hay them, feed them, make sure their water's good. You gotta move them around. Normally I'd be getting done if it was like just me and Miss Cindy. Normally I'd be getting done at around noonish, but I've been done for like 20 minutes, and I finished at 11 something, or right before 11. So normally it takes longer, but it was me, her, and her brother today. They had to get going to go pick up some hay, so they needed to be finished pretty quick, and I'm still learning a bunch of stuff, horses' names, how they get fed, where they go, everything like that. So it's still taking me a little while, but I'm getting the hang of it now. I couldn't tell how red my face was until I got into the car. I'm pretty burnt. So now I'm leaving, and I gotta shut the gate and lock it, and then head out to go take Dominic to work, take a shower, clean the apartment, wash the dog, wash the cat. Oh my god, I have to run to Walmart and grab some cleaners and a broom and all this junk, and normally I'm still asleep. I'm normally not awake this early, but I tried to go to sleep nice and early last night. And apparently it's paying off. I'm still awake and I'm still going. So watching back through the video that I've been making today, I don't know if you've noticed, but cultural accent or way of talking rubs off on me really heavy. So when I'm out here when I'm out there with the barn owner or any of the girls, they have a very, very heavy Southern Georgia accent. And so you can tell throughout the video from me listening to them and talking to them and picking up on it that it starts coming out, and I'll start talking that way too. It's really weird. I don't understand how that works, but even Miss Cindy told me that she's had it happen to a lot of people. They just pick up on it and start talking like it, and I don't know, I guess it's just like how you learn an accent from your parents. Anyways, I was watching through my video, and then I thought it was so funny. So I'm trying to think of something that I can tell you guys, like, about the place that we'll be keeping Hagen at. Y'all saw some pieces of it today. A couple of the horses. You saw the little Appaloosa, the little bay, and a roan. Let's see. Oh, here's, this is something that happened today. When we were going out to okay, so she has some big pastures that she turns horses out into. She has outdoor stalls, and she's got indoor stalls y'all saw in the barn. And then she has all these little like outdoor pens sectioned off. She's got a pretty nice setup out there. Well, she's been having to move some horses. She has one that's a really bad cribber, and even with a collar on, he's cribbing pretty bad, and they haven't been able to stop him, so they're trying to move him into an area where he can't crib, where there's no wooden posts, where there's no trees or anything that he can't crib. And, well, we went out there today, and there's a little black mare out there. Her name's Maggie, and she is very aggressive to other horses, and she's a kicker. She's not really, like, aggressive, but, you know, she's a butt, and she's actually really cute and sweet. They all are, apparently, but she's a mare. She's a typical mare. And they hadn't moved her back into her pen because they had moved that horse into the pen next to her. So they had been kind of separating them, and then finally they moved her back into the pen. God, I just realized I have like these little thorns in my feet. I didn't even feel them. Anyways, so we went out there, and next thing you know, I hear the barn owner say that, great, so-and-so, I can't remember his name, I'm still learning, is in the pen with Maggie. And most of their pens are hot wire for that reason. She has some little kind of like horse fence panels up, but she is not very trusting of horse fence. Neither am I, because I've seen so many horses get stuck in horse fence. But either way, she's got a lot of hot wire up, and she's very peculiar about it, guys. She is very peculiar about a lot of things, but it's for good reasoning. So, for example, when you take a horse out of their pen, you keep them back kind of behind you, beside you, and when you undo the hot wire fencing, you throw it along the fence line, not out in the pasture, not out in front of you, and you make sure that your horse's body is completely squared up with the opening so he does not bump his hip or shoulder on the hot wire. It's the same when going into a stall. She does not like it. You must enter the stall completely straight, so you have to go kind of out and around, enter straight so they don't bump their hips on the doors or, you know, anything like that. She's very peculiar about some stuff, very understandably, and I actually really like it. Makes me feel like my horse is in very good hands. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, I tend to ramble and go off on things. This little horse had gotten into Maggie's pen because he had broke down his hot wire fence. Apparently, there were a bunch of, like, shrubs and, what is it called? Like, weeds that the other horses wouldn't touch, that he was very interested in and was leaning onto this hot wire fence. So I'm supposing I'm sorry, I was reading a text. So I suppose that he, or the fence wasn't on, I don't know, they had a deer or something knock down part of the fence before. But not much really goes on when you're doing it. You go out and you take the feed cart full of feed and hay, and you feed and hay all the horses. Like I said, there's like 30 of them. I have to count all the buckets again because every single bucket in that barn gets used, and there's so many of them. And then you turn horses in, you bring them in, you turn them out, you do their waters, la-di-da-da. I mean, it all happens normally with the three of all of us. It was we did it for 3 hours. If it was just me, I would probably get done at around 1 o'clock, starting at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's pretty long, and it's hot, which I normally burn, but I'm starting to tan up now that I've been out in the sun so much more. So if you have any questions, like anything you'd like to know about, I guess, the barn or Hagen or la-di-da-di-da, and so you know, just comment below and I can answer. And maybe I can get more clips tomorrow. I'm gonna go back up there. She had to leave to go get hay before I could unload my tack trunk, and so I have to take my tack trunk up there tomorrow. And so maybe I can get another video or something tomorrow, so we'll see.